Well, housing debate continues in Mount Pleasant today during a Planning and Development Committee meeting. News 2's Mason McLeod was there and has more on why this council member says apartment development needs to stop.
It's been just 2 weeks since the first meeting of the Mount Pleasant Affordable Housing Task Force. And during a committee meeting today, one council member suggested putting a ban on all future apartment complexes in the town. But Mayor Linda Page says that is the opposite of her vision for Mount Pleasant.
Well, I certainly think it would be premature to randomly just decide that we're going to have moratoriums on issues while we're having a task force work on those very issues.
1 month ago, we spoke to this woman who says she may have to pull her son out of his school in Mount Pleasant to move somewhere they can afford.
I spend all my time working and I still can't provide for him.
Councilman Joe Bustos suggested banning apartment complexes and accessory dwelling units, which is where people rent out a mother-in-law suite detached from the home.
We need to slow the rate at which we're bringing families into Mount Pleasant, students into the school, cars on the street. And the only way, we can't put a fence around Mount Pleasant, but what we can do is manage the growth.
Mayor Page says the growth is where it needs to be.
We're at about 2.91% right now. That's very healthy growth for a community, and it's not overgrowth.
She says the goal is to have living options achievable for everyone, and that means keeping apartments and accessory dwelling units.
If our median price range is $400,000, your income for a family is $150,000 to afford that mortgage. And not everyone in our community makes $150,000. So we need the options for everyone who wants to work here and live here.
However, Bustos says the solution isn't apartments because the apartments are increasing growth without bringing down the price.
The boulevard, where they specifically said they were going to have affordable apartments for service workers, there were only, I believe, 18. The rest, the balance of the 300 and some apartments in there are renting for more than what my mortgage payment is. And we need to slow the train a little bit.
The motion was voted down at today's committee meeting, but Mayor Page says she expects it to come up again in a full council meeting in the future. Macy McLeod, News 2.